Hi everyone, so if you're new here, I'm Damaris from Rainbow Vegans Rock, and I talk about all things eco-friendly and vegan. So today I thought I would just talk about the no poo method for washing your hair. So I did this for a year and a half back before I had my recent pregnancy. In fact, no, I did it all the way through my recent pregnancy. I just stopped afterwards. I don't know if it was hormones or something, but the wash methods that I was using just stopped working for me. So at some stage, I think I will give this another go because, like I said, I did it for a year and a half and it did really work for me. So the no poo method, if you're not aware, actually just means that you don't use ordinary shampoo and conditioner to wash your hair. So you use other items, like natural items, to wash your hair. And the idea is it being better for the environment and better for your scalp and your hair overall. So it's a really good method, I would say. There are variations of this method. So some people do the co-washing method to wash their hair, and that is using conditioner to wash your hair, and it's supposed to be really effective as long as you really sort of scrub out your scalp with the conditioner. So you don't use shampoo at all, you just use conditioner, scrub out your scalp to like loosen sebum, dirt, whatever is there, and washing it out. And this method is said to be really good for thick, sort of drier, curly hair. So I haven't actually tried this method myself, but I have got friends who've tried it. And one friend in particular loves it. She's got really curly hair and I can see the difference now. Her hair looks amazing. So co-washing does seem to be a really good method for curly, dry hair. So the no poo method, there is a slight variation to this, which is the low poo method. I only really know about this from the Facebook group that I'm in. It's got lots of different information. They've got files on there basically for all these different things that you can try. It's amazing. If you're curious about it and you want to know more, I'll leave a link in the description box to the group so you can check it out. If you join the group, then you can access all of the files that they've got on what all of the different items are used for, you know, how you get an intense conditioner, etc, etc. There's just loads of information. So I'll just give a few examples of what I've used as shampoo. So the thing I started with was Shikakai. I'm not quite sure how that's pronounced. I've tried to Google it, but I'm still not entirely sure. But basically what that is it's just like a type of nut that comes off of a tree. And generally, yeah, don't grind it down as much as they can into some sort of powder. And what you do is you mix that with water and then scrub that into your scalp and wash it out. Now that was probably one of the first ones that I used. Oh no, that's a lie. Okay, so that was probably the second Ayurvedic herb that I used to wash my hair. The first method that I used was using baking soda and then just using apple cider vinegar to rinse. Now, to be honest, I think my hair's quite resilient. It can put up with quite a lot. And I can go a week without washing my hair, no issues. But using that method, it didn't work for me. I guess it didn't really get rid of the sebum in the first place. So I didn't find much success with that. I think maybe a different hair type, maybe hair that isn't quite as thick, would maybe benefit from doing that. I'm not sure though. But that was the first thing that I tried, was the baking soda and then following with the apple cider rinse. and that just, yeah, didn't really work for me. So the second one I tried was the Shikakai, or however it's said. And I tried that, and that, for actually getting rid of the sebum on your scalp, was absolutely amazing. The only issue I had with that is it left a lot of like tiny little grains in my hair, so it would take a lot to wash it out in the first place. I would feel like I was washing for ages and wasting a lot of water, which I don't really like doing. And then even once I thought I'd got rid of all of the tiny bits of grain, I would then, you know, have a towel on my head, I'd take that off, and there was still bits going everywhere. So I guess I liked what that did to my scalp. It was really nice because you could really scrub it in there, and I have quite an irritated scalp most of the time, so I liked how good that felt. Like giving it a nice scrub with this powder was really good, and I felt like my hair was really clean afterwards. But like I said, it wasn't practical for me, having to keep washing and washing. Maybe again with finer hair it probably wouldn't be so bad, but I felt like all of the grains got stuck in my hair because it's a little bit thicker. Yeah, just, I believe right back at the start when I was trying different things out to see which works for me, I believe I found Amla Powder as well, which is another type of, grows on a plant, and they grind that down and make that into a powder for washing your hair. So I did try that one as well, but I can't really remember the results, but I'm guessing it probably wasn't as good as anything else that I tried because I didn't continue to use it. But that's another of the herbs that you can use to wash your hair with. The one that I ended up, shampoo wise, the one that I actually ended up consistently using once I'd discovered it was soapnuts. Now, if you're not aware of what these are, you can also use these to make washing up liquid, or to make like a laundry liquid for washing your clothes. So these again are just literally soap nuts that grow on a tree, and somebody has discovered that when you put these with water they make like a soapy substance, and these are absolutely amazing for washing your hair. So what I used to do is I got maybe about 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I would take about this amount, which is approximately sort of 10 broken up nuts, as it were. And I used to have like a smaller one of these somewhere. Well, I'd put the 10 nuts in there, and I would put this into a saucepan with a few cups of water, and I would basically boil that for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, I think it was. And after that time had gone by and it was starting to look a bit frothy on the top, I would then add another cup of water and maybe some essential oils if I fancied it. I did used to find that would irritate my scalp quite a bit though, so I towards the end I stopped using essential oils and I just left the soap nut liquid as it were. So basically you do, I think it's about 40 minutes in total I used to do it. I didn't used to time it, I used to just have a look and see when it gets the most frothy. At the end I would just take it off the heat, let it cool down, and I used to have enough that I could probably get 2 washes out of it. So I used to just put it in an old bottle, and I would, when I went to wash my hair, I'd wet my hair first, just so it's easier to sort of spread it around. After I'd wet my head, I would then squirt this soap nut liquid all over my head into my fringe, and I would leave that for just a few minutes. I don't know if you necessarily have to leave it. It's pretty fast working at sort of getting rid of the sebum from your scalp, I would say. So it's probably not vital that you leave it, but that's just what I used to do, and it used to work for me. And then I used to wash it out, and what I used to love about soap nuts is you do actually get that squeaky clean feeling, because it does feel like a soap on your scalp, but not in an irritating way. You would, like when I washed it out, it would feel like my hair was squeaky clean to the touch, which I did used to really like, and it was really effective for me. I could then go a week between washing my hair. Soapnuts, it's fairly gentle, and I didn't feel like I had to use a conditioner as such, but if I was feeling like the ends of my hair needed a little extra something, then I would use something like, occasionally coconut water as a conditioner. So what you can do with that, your hair really needs like a deep conditioning treatment. I would put coconut water all over the ends from like here, and I would wrap it up in a towel or something, and I would leave that for at least an hour, and then you can wash that out at the end, and you can use your shampoo as you normally would. So in my case this worked for me, so I would then put soap nuts on my hair, and sometimes once I'd finished washing I would then add a little bit of either jojoba oil or coconut oil or something like that just on the ends of my hair to just kind of seal in the moisture really. And I found that method used to really work for me. Apple cider vinegar didn't seem to do very much on my hair. Don't know if it's because it's thicker or what exactly, but yeah, cider vinegar and acids, which is recommended a lot in the no poo world, just did not work for me. They didn't do enough. That coconut oil was great, coconut water, and also coconut milk, although that one was slightly more difficult to wash out, I would say. And exactly the same with the coconut oil. Be very careful if you ever use that in your hair, because it's not the easiest to wash out, and if you spread it everywhere you might end up, even after using your shampoo or no poo option, you might find that your hair then looks greasy because it's not fully washed it out. So, which is why I always approached with caution and always just used it on the ends of my hair really. So other natural conditioners that you can use apart from coconut oil and that sort of thing, so you can use herbal teas, or I know you can use Marshmallow Root, which you can buy eBay, probably in a Whole Foods store as well, which is said to be really conditioning. You make a tea with it basically, and then wait until that cools down a bit, obviously, and then you can use that on your hair as a conditioning rinse. So you put it on, maybe leave it if you wanted to, and then wash it out. I didn't ever have any success with that either. For example, peppermint tea is said to be one that's supposed to be a good conditioning rinse, and even black tea. Some people used coffee, I believe, and beer is obviously another one that's actually said to be really good for your hair, strangely. And I did try that a few times. All of these methods, it really just depends on what your hair is like, trial and error, and trying things out. I mean, the reason that they were in the files of this group is obviously because these things do work for some people. For my particular hair, I just found that the coconut type products, so coconut water, coconut oil, jojoba oil, was probably my favourite in the end. That was the one that I used the most, because coconut oil can be, if you go a bit too heavy with it, like I said before, it can be difficult to wash out. So jojoba oil, you can put that on your dry hair, say for example at night before you go to bed. The next day that you wake up, it will have completely absorbed into your hair, and you can just wash your hair and it's nice and conditioned. So that was one of my favourites in the end. I definitely would recommend that, even if you're not necessarily doing the no poo method, to have some of that in your cupboard just for split ends, you know, fly away bits of hair. It's really good for taming it. It's a nice oil for that. It's really good. So I'll get to the reason that I stopped doing the no poo method. So like I said, it stopped working for me. So I did it for a little while. I'm probably a few months after my baby was born. All the way during pregnancy, I found myself able to go 2 weeks in between washing my hair, which is really strange. I don't know what it was, probably hormones like everything else during pregnancy. But the fact that I could go 2 weeks was really good. I found that really handy. And then all of a sudden I had my baby and my hair just went like the opposite of that. Whereas for years and years, probably about 10 years now, I have washed my hair once a week. I've never needed to wash it any more than that. I've always just made do. And all of a sudden I was struggling after having the baby, and my hair was feeling really like greasy in between washes and just really uncomfortable. And I guess not having as much time as well after you've had a baby is a difficult thing. So I needed something that was quick, that I didn't have to boil together to make a liquid for. So I did buy some ordinary, in a plastic bottle, shampoo and conditioner. I thought I'll just do that for a few months to see me through. And to be fair, you know, the shampoo and conditioner, because I only wash my hair once a week and I don't waste products, so I only use exactly what I need, and it's lasted me probably over 6 months. It's been a really long time. How old is my baby? Is 11 months old. So yeah, it's probably lasted over 6 months already. And so another reason that I stopped doing the no poo method is because I started to get an itchy scalp again. When I was doing the no poo method for that 1.5 years, however long it was amazing. It really improved my scalp, and now I'm back to sort of itchy, irritated scalp all the time. And I decided to buy that normal sort of ordinary, I think it might be what they consider a low poo shampoo and conditioner. So it's like an ordinary shampoo and conditioner, but it doesn't have any sulfates or anything like that. So I decided to try that out to actually see if my scalp would be any better, and unfortunately it didn't work, but I've still got plenty of that left. Like I said, I only use it once a week. I've got plenty left that I'm just working my way through. It's very difficult to find something that works at the moment, so I probably will end up either trying a couple of shampoo bars to see if there's one which is not going to irritate my scalp, or maybe it's just a hormone thing, and once I stop breastfeeding at some point in the future, maybe I'll go back to normal and I'll be able to do my normal soap nut method. I'm just going to wait and see. Hormones can do some crazy things to your body, so it's probably just that. So I think I've talked about most of the main no poo methods, what people generally use. Like I said, this group is very useful. You can ask questions in there. They've got so much information in the files. So if this was something that you were thinking of doing, perhaps to reduce your plastic that you're using in the bathroom, or perhaps just to reduce the unnecessary chemicals that you're putting on your scalp, then it's worth a try. I would recommend no poo to anyone, and I'm hoping to get back to it myself at some stage. So I hope you enjoyed my video today, but please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.